Hey everybody, and welcome to quarter number 4, 2020 edition. So I decided to put together a little video to go through. Let me make myself a little bigger. I wouldn't want you to miss this face. Hi. So I decided to put together a video to go through what this quarter is going to look like, because obviously it's going to be a lot different than what we've been doing the rest of this year. And it's definitely going to be a lot different than what we've been doing the last few weeks since we've been out of school and been at home. So I'm going to go through and explain some of the expectations and some of the things that you can be looking for throughout this next hopefully a few weeks, but in reality, it might be much longer. So let me make myself smaller here, and we'll take a look at the next slide. Oh, get myself out of the way. All right, so there are going to be two modes of working on what we're doing for this fourth quarter, either online or offline. And so some of you right now are watching this on your computer, phone, some other device that can get you online, and some of you are watching this with a DVD that hopefully is playing for you pretty well. The video content is going to be exactly the same. So what you see online versus what you're watching on the DVD, it's the same video. I'm just burning it to a DVD so you can watch it easier. The activities are going to be mostly the same. I'm going to offer pretty much the same types of things for you to do, but with some flexibility and choice in what you do. So those of you that are working at home without internet access or limited internet access, or those of you that just would rather do something more hands-on or paper-oriented, can do that. So I'm trying to do some flexibility with that. You're going to have some choice in the activities. So some days you're going to have the option to do one of a few different things, and then there's going to be times where I'm going to give you guys all the same thing, and that's the expectation, is for you to complete that. Not all of the stuff that I list is required, but there is going to be a minimum amount that is required. So this is not optional. Like, you will be graded on what we're doing from here to the end of the fourth quarter, to the end of the year. Work is either going to be shared through Google Classroom. So you'll go log in and I'll have the schedule for the week on there, and you can find what you need, and either print it off, or some of the activities you can do right on the computer, or you will be receiving the paper copies at home. Now, some of the days you have a choice of different things that you can do. If there is a choice, I'm going to give you all of those. I'm not saying you have to do all of them, but if it says here's 5 things, choose 2, you need to pick at least 2 of those. You don't have to do all 5. You are more than welcome to, and we'll talk more about how that might play into your grade later on. But this is not optional. What we're doing now is graded. It is for your success for the rest of this time that we're working from home. Move myself over here now. And floating little head. So how's grading going to work? You will need to complete the assignments given and submit or return them. So if it's something you're doing on the computer, you're going to submit it on the computer. You do not need to turn in a paper copy of that. If you are working offline, then you need to turn it in, send it in using the bus, or having someone bring it for you to school. But it's going to be the same due dates for everybody. And the other important thing is that if you're working offline, you're working offline. You're doing the paper copies, you're submitting it to school, dropping it off at school, or having it picked up. If you're working online, then you're submitting the stuff online. I don't want things to get where, like, oh, I want a paper copy, but I'm going to submit it online. That's making it super difficult for me to keep track of who's doing what and where. Like, I'm trying to keep a list of people that are working offline, and then the rest of you are going to be online. And if I start getting people kind of mixing that, it makes it really difficult for me to keep track of who's doing what and who should be turning things in. So just, if you go through this week and realize that working online is not working for you, or if I sent stuff home for you offline and you realize that you can work online just fine, then please let me know that. Oh, got a little Asteroid sampling test run. Anyway, not sure if that pop-up showed there, but probably. Anyway, so I need you to communicate with me what form of classwork is going to work best for you, online or offline. And that's something that you're really going to need to kind of think about. Let me go back to that real quick. So as far as the work that you are doing, I was going to say, oh, so if you find that the work that you're doing at home on your computer, like you said, yep, I got internet, it's fine. I know in the survey that I had you guys fill out a while ago, a lot of you said, yep, I've got unlimited access, but the device that you listed that you use is your phone. I'm assuming that you can either do the work on a different device, and so that's why I did not send anything home. But if truly your only device for you to access schoolwork is on your phone, it's not going to work for this. You really need to make sure that you either, if you have internet access at home, that you talk to the school about getting a Chromebook. There is going to be the option for you to do that, but it's one device per family for one household. So if you already have a sibling that's requested a Chromebook, you can't request one also. But like I said, if your device, the only one that you have is a Chromebook and you can, or is a phone, and you need something to work on that you can get online with at home, please let the school know so we can make that happen for you. If your only internet access is through your cell phone and you don't have any other devices, then you may want to consider doing offline work, at least for the worksheets. I'm making these DVDs and I have no problem doing that, but do be aware that it's a time thing for me to go through to burn all of them for you. So if you have the ability to watch the video, but you can't do the work on your phone, please let me know and I will definitely get you the paper copies of everything. And then I'll just mark that you don't need a DVD. But you just, again, you need to let me know what you need so that we can make this work. I don't want to have you run into issues with completing what you need to because you don't have access or the materials that you need. You can't access the materials you need that work the best. So again, just talk to me. Either reach out through email, call, and I'll talk more about how to do that in a little bit. So go back over here. So as I said, you've got to complete the work. And that's why, this me knowing how you're going to access your information is really, really important. So your grade, you're going to be earning number grades on assignments. I'm putting them into School Tool just like I would normally. But at the end for the fourth quarter, it's either going to be a pass, fail, or merit. And so the way that I look at it is pass, you do what you need to. Like if I say here are 3 assignments, pick one, and they're all going to be different level. Like some of them might be a little bit easier than the others. If you're just doing like the bare minimum, you do that one activity, you get it done, you turn it in. And then overall, as long as your grades that you receive are passing, then you'll get a pass for the fourth quarter. If you're not doing what you need to be doing, you don't submit stuff on time, you don't submit it at all, I don't hear from you, then you do have the potential to fail. This is not a free pass to just like everyone passes fourth quarter. That's not how this is going to work. So you do need to put in the effort. I do realize that some of you are looking to do a little bit beyond that. Like you want to show that you did more than the minimum. And that's why we have included a merit level to put it on your transcript that you didn't do just the bare minimum. Like you didn't do a 65. You were trying to put in the work that you needed to so that you could really make sure that you are learning what we're doing right now. And so those are going to be, to get those things, that's based on your grades, how you're doing overall for your actual grades on the assignments. But then also I'm looking at, did you go for the assignment that looked like it was going to be a little bit longer, maybe a little bit harder, and put in that extra effort? Or did you do an extra assignment? So if I said pick 1 out of the 3 and you did 2, I'm going to pay attention to that as well. And those are things that will factor into your the overall decision of a pass, fail, or merit for the fourth quarter. And if you have more questions about that, just let me know. Expectations. Make myself a little bigger here because this one's really important. Hey, participate. You need to do stuff. Okay. I know that I've kind of kept it pretty low key the last few weeks. And that was because, one, I know you guys are trying to settle into this and figure all of this out. And two, I'm doing the same. You know, you guys have stuff that you've got going on. I do too. You guys know I've got 2 girls at home, and I've been really busy with trying to keep them on top of their schoolwork as well, and trying to keep them up with some of their services that they get. They both receive physical therapy and occupational therapy, OT and PT, and speech therapy. So been really busy with that, and on top of trying to, provide work for you guys. And like I said, the rest of this year, the fourth quarter, it's going to be a little bit more intensive as far as work that I'm going to be providing for you. So hopefully you've been able to kind of figure out a routine that works for you at home. Get up, get dressed, have breakfast, try to create some sort of normalcy for yourself at home. I know it's really easy to just sit at home, wake up, stay in your pajamas all day and do nothing, but it's a lot easier to get motivated and get working on things if you get up and pretend like you're going to school. Set a spot aside in your house to do that work. And like I said, do your work. Ask questions when needed. I put in parentheses the Lego activity just to remind myself. So way back at the beginning of the year, like one of the first things that we did, I think it was in the lab that we went through, and I had you guys pair off with a partner, and you had one person that made a little thing out of Legos, and then the other person had to try to recreate it, but without seeing it. I'm hoping you're remembering this. I know it was a while ago. But we went through and we did that. And what we realized is that the person trying to give the instructions couldn't see what the other person was building. And so they couldn't help them. And that is like the hardest thing right now for me is you guys are all scattered everywhere. I don't know what you have for access. I don't know what your home lives are like right now and how crazy or how boring they are for you. I won't know that unless you tell me. And so you've got to talk to me. If you're not being able to get through the work or you're having trouble understanding it, you've got to communicate that to me somehow. Find a way to reach out to me to let me know. Otherwise, I'm just assuming you're just not doing it because you don't want to do it. When I know that for some of you that may not be the case, maybe just super crazy and busy at home and you're not able to do some of these things when you need to. But you got to talk to me about it and just try. Okay. Like I said, I know this is hard. This is not easy to try to do stuff remotely at home. That's why we have schools. And a lot of people don't do online learning all the time because it's hard. I've taken classes online before. I don't like it. I would much rather be sitting in a class, listening and doing stuff and interacting with other people. But unfortunately, we're not able to do that right now, or at least not the way that we're used to. So we just have to make do with what we have and do the best we can. So those are kind of the expectations that I have for you guys. Just try, do what you got to do, and talk to me. Let me know if there's something going on that you need, whether it's you need a device, like you get through the first week and you're like, there's no way I can do this on my phone. Or if you have a tablet or something, it's just not working. Let me know, or call the school and say, hey, I need a Chromebook. And the school is definitely trying to accommodate that. Or if your internet access is spotty. I know that some people have mentioned that, yep, I've got internet, but sometimes it doesn't work or it's super, super slow. Unfortunately, that's just part of where we are in rural northern New York. And I understand that. I get that. So if that is the case, though, I don't want you falling behind on your work because you can't get online consistently. So we'll make arrangements to get you paper copies of stuff. All right. Let's see. Shrink myself down here. There we go. All right, so schedule. This is kind of a rough idea of what I'm going to look at doing for the remainder of this time. So I'm kind of basing it off the fact that that we have 2 bus runs each week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, for work pickup and drop off. And so I want to make sure that those of you that are working offline are able to kind of stay on the same schedule as everyone working online. And so for this week, it's a little bit different, but for the after we get going, it'll kind of pick up. So Mondays are going to be a new lesson. We're going to go through, either watch a video that I make, you'll get to see my face, and that's it basically. You'll watch the video or you'll read an article or something, just to more of like the gain the information. And then Tuesdays are practice, and a lot of times that'll be a few different options that you can choose from. Those are going to be graded. Oh, error printing. Oh, well, we'll fix that later. Nope. Hey, go back. Okay. So Tuesday activities are typically going to be graded. Wednesday, we're going to call that the wrap-up day. We're basically will review what was covered over the past week. And so for this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is kind of a little bit different than it will be most weeks. And then Thursday, that's going to be kind of like the beginning of a new lesson, new topic, new unit. So on Thursdays, after this week, on Thursdays, I'm going to be sending home the packets and DVDs for those that need the offline work. And then I'll be posting the new work for the following week online on the same day. So everyone's starting on Thursdays with new material for a week. So a week's worth of material will be posted on Thursdays. Thursdays are also the day that work is due. So if there is something that is assigned, it needs to be delivered either to the school or it needs to be picked up by the bus on Thursday, so that when I come in, I'm going to try to plan on either Thursday afternoons or Friday mornings. When I come in, I can get that information from you so that I can grade it and put it in the grade book. Oh man, that's how long I've been sitting here. Anyway, so you can see that work will be due, and then you'll submit or drop it off, and then new materials will be posted online. So you will be watching a video on Thursdays or doing something that's new material, something new that we haven't talked about yet. And then Friday, we'll be practicing that activity, practicing that material. So again, something that you'll get that you can do. And then the following Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be all based on that stuff, and then Thursday it starts over again. So this week we're kind of off, and I know some of you are just getting this stuff today because it's Tuesday, and then I'm posting this stuff on Monday as well. But anyway, so this is the general idea of what the schedule will look like. So Thursday is a really important day because that's when you get new stuff, and it's when the past week's materials are due. So there shouldn't be any question about what should be when and how long you have to do it or due dates. Everything will always be due on Thursdays. If you're working online and you get it done early, that's fine. You can turn it in early, but it has to be done by Thursday. Okay. Let's see. So the schedule, Thursday to Thursday. Work time is flexible. So the reason I'm doing this, I know that days can be pretty busy, pretty hectic. And so if you can't get online, like I'm not setting a certain time, like everyone has to get online at 10 o'clock on Mondays. For me, it's not going to work. And I know for a lot of you that won't work as well. And those of you that aren't online, it's not going to be fair either. So I am not going to be doing live videos as part of instruction. I may offer some things online live that you can participate in, like we could set up a WebEx if that's something that you'd want to do. But it's not something that's going to be required because it's not fair for those that can't get online easily. So the work time is flexible. Like I put, watch a new lesson on Monday. Whenever you do it on Monday is fine. If your Monday turns out to be super busy and you have to watch some video on Tuesday, but you also have that activity that you have to do on Tuesday, you might have to double up on Tuesday. You're going to have to get really good at your time management. That's why I made a schedule. So if you can stick to that schedule, it would be awesome for you. If you can't, for whatever reason, then just be aware that that Thursday, it's all got to get done. So if you're, the bus comes, I don't know what time the buses are going to come to pick up work, but if it comes at say 11, don't get up at 8 o'clock Thursday trying to get all of it done. It's not going to work. Okay. I'm not assigning a ton of stuff every day. I'm trying to keep it like 20 to 30 minutes, although I don't even know how long I've been talking now, but it's been a while. I know, I realize that. I haven't talked to any of you guys in a while, so I got a lot to say. So that part is flexible because I know a lot is going on right now, and I'm not trying to pin you down to a specific time, but I'm giving you that schedule if that helps you. The due dates are not flexible. That is the thing that like I said, you've got to have that work in by Thursday. Okay, so Thursday, I guess I probably should define that by the end of the day on Thursday. Okay, so those of you that are turning it in on the bus pickup or dropping it off to school, it needs to be here by the end of the day on Thursday. Those of you that are turning it in online, it needs to be in by the end of the day on Thursday. So dropping it off on Friday or turning it in on Friday, it will be late. And in some cases, that means you don't get any grade. Or in some cases, it means it can really negatively impact your grade. So just be careful of that. I'm giving you a week and I'm not giving you a ton of stuff. All right, think about how much you would normally be doing in the classroom. I'm not assigning the same amount of work that we would normally be doing. In the videos, I'm going to try to keep them 20 minutes and under. So I think about it, 20 minutes, that's it. You just Mondays and Thursdays, you just sit and watch video for 20 minutes with the sound on, listening, watching, looking, paying attention. But 20 minutes, that's nothing. Okay, so find some time to do that. Communication. All right, you need to tell me if something is wrong. If you need anything, if you need help with the work, okay, you're going through an activity and, I'm trying to do some of the same things I would have normally done with you guys in class. And in some cases, it's stuff that you probably would have come up and talked to me about and say, hey, how do I do this? You're not here, so I can't do that. And again, like I said, I don't know if you're having issues with it unless you talk to me, send me an email or whatever, and just ask for help on that. If you need any supplies and materials, so say you get your list on Thursday for your week, your schedule, and you realize, in order to do this, I really could use like colored pencils, whatever, something like that. Okay, let me know so that I can get those materials to you. Like I said, if you realize that as you're going through this with all of your classes and you realize I really need a Chromebook, when I said before, like I should be okay without it. If you need one, let the school know. Okay. If you need help with the technology, just trying to access something or just anything like that, let me know. And then if you just need to talk, like I know, like I said, everyone's situation at home is completely different. Some of you are surrounded by family, have tons of people all over the place, and you're just constantly going. And then some of you, maybe your parents are working because they're essential workers and they're gone all day and you just need someone to talk to. I'm here. Okay. Reach out. So how do you contact me? My email is the same as it's always been, jgates@brcsd.org. And then something else that some of you may have found out already, I've set up a Google Voice phone number. So this is not my personal cell phone number, but it's a Google Voice number. It works the same way. So if you need to text me or call, although I'll admit texting is a lot easier for me to get back to you. My daughter is running around screaming, throwing a fit. I can't pick up the phone right then, but I can see that you texted me and see what you need, and I can get back to you as soon as I can. Or if you decide that you really have an important question at 10:30, I need to sleep already. So you can call or text that number, and I will see it very quickly, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. And then, if there's any questions as an assignment that, like, say, is posted on Google Classroom, you can just always reply right to the post on there as well. Okay, so I think that was all I had. Oh, pretty little. So what do you do? Breathe, relax. Next week is going to be crazy, believe me and all of the other teachers. I've been busy this past week, trying to get ready for the fourth quarter and trying to figure out how best to help you guys through this. So I'm sure that for us, next week is going to be kind of a relief. For you, because it's when it finally starts to get real and you start to have to maybe do something when you haven't for a while. So just relax, take it as it comes, and get outside. Although the weather, the snow will stop at any time now. But when you can get outside, try to. I know for me, it helps a lot on the days I can get out and just kind of get my mind off of everything else and just be outside. Don't get mind on your work, right? You know everything is due on Thursdays. Don't wait until Wednesday night to get it all done. Use time to try to stay on top of things. Ask help when needed. Like I said, I don't know until let me know. Take breaks. I'm trying to be flexible, and I'm not setting up this major intensive schedule for you where you've got to be at a certain time, be something at a certain time every day. So watch video for earth science, and then take a break. Go have lunch, go do something. Go outside if you can, and then come back and maybe do English, social studies, or whatever, any of your other classes, and break it up a little bit. That's kind of nice thing about being at home. You get to pick your schedule a little bit, and not being forced by bells to go one place to the next. Just don't take too long of a break that you lose the whole day. And just try to find some time to breathe, relax, and don't get stressed. Okay, this is not easy for any of us. We know it's easy for you guys. We all would much rather be here. If you want to see, there's your class. Oh, so empty without you guys. If you guys need anything, let me know. And good luck with all this. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.